like this. One of the founders of the Lincoln Project, Rick Wilson, just tweeted a fake quote from Glenn Greenwald. Once again, the fake quote was about war crimes in Ukraine. Quote, "See, they tied their own hands behind their backs and shot themselves in the back of the head. Putin's brave, strong, morally upright young men were merely trying to liberate them," it goes. He claimed Greenwald said that. Glenn Greenwald's an independent journalist. He's on Substack. He joins us now. Glenn, thanks so much for coming on. Did you say that?
No, it was a completely fabricated quote as well, and I guess the only thing I can say for each of us is that we have the best possible enemies. In your case, Joe Walsh is this former deadbeat father who didn't pay his child's child support ordered by the court. He used to be a hardcore Republican. Liberals hated him, and then he suddenly became this, extremist Democrat who makes up quotes in order to accuse people of being Russian agent. And in my case, Rick Wilson also used to be a Republican, now gets rich off liberals inside of a group, the Lincoln Project, that got caught hiding a child predator and bilked liberals out of $65,000 claiming he was making a Trump film that never came. So we have good fabricators. It's just amazing that Twitter, claiming to have to censor all the time to stop disinformation, allows these quotes to go viral. And so many dumb people in our media and political elite circles believe these quotes. That was the purpose of it.
It's just, I actually don't know what your position on the war in Ukraine is, but it's interesting. I think a lot of people feel really bad for the Ukrainians, speaking for myself, don't think the United States should get into a hot war with Russia. I think that's that's the majority opinion. That opinion now qualifies as treason. This war is being used by domestic political actors to settle domestic political scores, or am I imagining this?
No, I think it's exactly right. I think that there was a time after 9/11 when most people came to realize that we kind of went too far. But in that case, our country was attacked. I remember being in New York on 9/11. It was incredibly traumatizing. It's where I lived and I worked. This is not a war that involves the United States being attacked. And yet the level of dissent that is allowed is less than even after 9/11. And anyone who steps even a little bit out of line questions why we should be risking a nuclear war with Russia or a direct war with Russia over Ukrainian borders. It's instantly accused of being a traitor and a Russian agent, and that's really what those quotes were about.
So it's not really about helping the Ukrainians. I mean, if you see some atrocity or pictures of it or dead people, always very upsetting, and immediately leverage that to attack people you have a political grudge against, you're not really exercising like a campaign on behalf of human rights, are you?
I mean, I think this is the key point, is any decent person that looks at any war, not just the war in Ukraine,
that's right,
is horrified. War is the most horrific thing humanity can unleash on itself. The issue, though, is that sitting online all day and denouncing Vladimir Putin and calling everybody a Russian agent isn't doing anything for the Ukrainians. The only thing that could help the Ukrainians is a diplomatic solution to the war. Ironically, if you advocate that there should be a diplomatic solution to the war, the only thing that can help Ukrainians, you get called a Russian agent. And I think they're exploiting Ukraine to get vengeance on their political adversaries, to feel a sense of purpose and strength to do everything but help the Ukrainians. And this episode reveals that very vividly.
Man, is that true? That is the truest thing, and so nicely articulated, as always. Glenn Greenwald, thank you very much. Sorry about the
Good to be with you, Tucker. Thanks.
Good to see you.